I wrote up a document too that will help move things along for after this too.
Cool, 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 cool. What is going on? Hello, hello.
I'm muted. Sorry. Hello.
How are you?
Good. How are you?
Doing well. Welcome, Kendra. Welcome, Dorothy. What is up? My name's Jess. Nice to meet you guys officially.
Nice. Yeah.
Super stoked to bring you guys on. Sarah, I don't know if y'all even know who I am, but I'm Jess. I'm the sales director for NLCA. So I oversee both the DM and the closing department. Great to officially meet you guys. We're super, super pumped. So training one is not going to be the worst, I promise. We'll save the chaos for later, but today will be super simple just to like get you guys in kind of expectation setting, what to expect moving forward. But I love that you both joined the full team meeting today. How does it feel being in the environment right off the bat on a new month?
I think it's really cool.
Sweet.
Getting to see everything and see how everybody chit chats with one another and how it goes.
Love that.
Yeah, it was nice to get a feel of like the culture and how everyone interacts and the positivity, good vibes, good energy. It was all great.
Yes, we can be serious. We try to be a little positive and good at it, especially at the beginning of a month. So sweet. Well, let's jump into it. If you guys have questions, let me know. How do I share my screen? Here we go. Should not be too terrible. And honestly, if we're efficient and I don't talk too much, we might be able to get through it in faster than an hour. So training number one, basically just setting expectation. I'm not going to go through our mission statement or the tenets because you obviously just heard all of that on the meeting today. And I think you guys probably have a pretty good grasp, but we will have you review that. And just if you have questions, let me know. Chain of command though, not going to go through every single person, but this is a really good doc for you guys to review. If there's ever like somebody you need to get in touch with, but you don't know who to go to, the chain of command doc can be great. You're like, who does what? There's a lot of people here. This will be a good doc to refer to. Just to let you guys, oh, go ahead.
Real quick. Oh, were you going to say the change?
It's already kind of on here, so I don't even think
Okay.
We just
when we went over it on the first call, it was me, Jeff, and Chad. But Chad is now over top of Paige, and Paige is doing, you know, as you can see, over top of all of it. So there was a slight change since your interview.
Yes. Chad really wanted to get more involved in the sales side and be a little bit more present in like the DMing, the closing side, because he loves it, but he's like, man, it's crazy here. So bandwidth just didn't allow for it. So he did take a step back and allowed Paige to kind of come back over top of us. But I will be sending you both an email with this call recording and all of the docs that we talk about today. So don't feel like you're supposed to memorize everything. I'll make sure it's shared with you and you guys have access to all this. So overview here. Obviously, you guys have met Sarah. You've talked to Sarah many times. So Sarah is our lead DMer. She will oversee all you guys on here. Both of you are here already. Joey is our lead closer. He's on vacation until the 12th. So it'll be 10 more days without Joey, but you'll meet him eventually. He's my lead closer and he kind of helps out with the closing department. I oversee both of our departments and then I report to Paige. So I started as a closer. I've been with NLCA for 2.5 years, moved into this position the beginning of this year. So like to see both sides grow. As far as this goes, you probably won't spend too much time with the coaching department. The coaches here, all of these people are who works with our students one-on-one. So they're the ones that are, you know, actually delivering the service once we sell the service. Paige, I'm sure you saw in the meeting today, but she's our COO. She does oversee all of the departments and then Chad oversees her. So we try to keep him at the top. You will talk to Chad a lot more than you talk to Paige. Chad is in the full sales team chat constantly. So you'll see Chad a lot more than you'll see Paige, but you'll see me a lot more than you'll see probably either of them. Beautiful. Okay. Kimmy's in charge of operations. Our operations team are the glue of this entire foundation. They do the payroll, contracts, admin work, any of the back end kind of moving parts. That's going to be our operations team here. You guys met with Casey, I believe, for onboarding. Kimmy's the project manager, so she oversees all of them. Sabrina and Kimmy will be who you go to for payroll. Chelsea does all of our student onboarding. So there's, you know, everybody kind of has a different role there. You'll never speak to any of these guys. I don't know who any of these people are, but they're, you know, on behind the scenes. And then, yeah, that's pretty much it. You probably won't speak to too many others besides sales, coaching, and ops. Cool. Questions on that?
So.
Perfect. If you guys ever look at this doc, you'll see kind of who is in the sales department, who does what. This is a good section here would be the operations department. If you're like, man, I need help with payroll or I need help with this contract or something like that. These are your people. And they'll kind of, you've got a little rundown of who to go to for what thing. Cool. Perfect. All right. Meeting expectations. You guys obviously got a taste of the meetings already. Typically Monday, Wednesday, Friday, they'll be on my Zoom. And then obviously at the beginning of each month, we meet for a full team meeting and to cover, obviously we're into a new quarter now. So we also cover quarterly meetings, you know, one month per quarter. So expectations for our full sales team meetings are just as they were today. Be on time, cameras on unless you guys have something crazy going on, and just let me or Sarah know ahead of time if you guys can't be camera on. That's, you know, just let us know. Active participation. So we want you to like speak and share ideas, collaborate with the team. We'll go over projections on a different meeting, but everybody on the sales department does have projections for, you know, how many DMs you've sent, how many have booked, how many have closed. We do keep a projection sheet. So just having those up to date and ready to go. And sharing wins. This is a big one. We love good energy. We love good vibes. We want to share the positivity. So if you guys can bring some wins to the chat, they don't always have to be business. They can be personal. They could be professional wins. Maybe it's just like a booking that you're super, excited about booking because they've got a great story and you think they're going to be a great client. It could be anything. Just bring some good vibes. Questions there? Sweet. Well, let's talk about the overwhelming stuff. You guys are probably drowning in messages and WhatsApp. So advice, mute some of those chats. You do not need to have all of those chats on all the time. I mute all of my notifications and then just like go into the chats as needed. We have a few chats that you guys are going to be a part of. I'm going to kind of work backwards because I think it's easier. The team chat, this will be for announcements and full team engagement. So the team chat has every employee in NLCA in one bubble. So we like to, right now we were just finishing up September, what do we call it? The Apex challenge. We're all trying to like get the same amount of steps per day and read. So any of that type of stuff we'll do in that chat. You can mute that one. You don't have to just let that go off all day. We'll also share announcements in there, but we do have an announcements chat specifically for that. The community chat is our free NLCA community. You guys don't have to like post questions in there. This is going to be more so a platform where we try to book leads from. It's kind of like a free Facebook group, if you will. So a lot of people who are looking to start fitness businesses will join that group for free resources, questions, concerns. So the expectation in that chat is just keeping good energy. Again, you're going to hear me say vibes and energy like 98 times. So keeping good energy, helping answer questions if you know them. Obviously, if you don't have a fitness business, you don't have to answer questions you don't know the answer to, but we like to do kind of like fun prompts, how's everyone's Friday? What are we working on this week? Just more conversation for sure. Questions on that
one? So like if we go to mute like a certain chat, like will we still get when we're tagged? Like will we still be notified about that?
You'll still be notified on everything. You just won't hear that ding constantly. Okay. So you'll be able to look at the chat and have it say 10 messages, but it won't ping you that it's there. You'll want to keep an eye out for the @ because that means, obviously you've been addressed in something, but you just won't hear the dings and the buzzing constantly. So I would mute some of those. The two chats I probably wouldn't mute would be the actual DM chat and the full sales team chat. I know a lot of that pops off. So if you guys want to, you can, but just make sure you're checking on it frequently so you're not missing anything. The DMer chat specifically, it's just the DM department. So it's just y'all. I'm in there too, and the VAs, but none of the closers are in there. None of the coaches are in there. It's just the DM team. We use that chat a lot for questions, challenges, end of day reporting. If you ever get to a point in a conversation, you're like, I have no idea how to respond, send a screenshot, just more so collaboration, communication, and asking each other for help. Beautiful. I'm sure you guys saw there's like a little pitch counter in there. So every time somebody gets to pitch in a conversation, we like to see it. We just again, it's all good vibes. But our goal is 22 pitches a day. So we want to get to pitch 22 times in a day, not each, but as a team. So you'll see that bell kind of going off. Anytime you get to pitch, let us freaking hear it. We want to see it. It's a good time. Beautiful. And then the full sales team. So this will be probably your biggest one. This mug's going off all day, but all good things. So what you're going to see in there is excitement, energy, wins. This is a celebration chat. This is where the closing team and the DM team come together to show what we've been able to accomplish today. So you will see the bell. You'll get more familiar with the bell as we go, but I'm sure you guys have seen, a bell and then a person's name and then all these numbers going on. The goal for that, the closers have a goal of closing 4 leads per day as a unit. DMers, you guys have a goal of booking 14 calls a day as a unit. So every time a new call gets booked, we ring the bell, and then if it's a close, we'll update the close number, to 1 out of 4, 2 out of 4, 3 out of 4. And anytime there's a new booking, we do the same thing for bookings. Does that make sense? It'll make more sense as you start to book calls, I promise. It'll be easier. But essentially that's what that chat is used for. We love like just good, positive, again, I need to change my words up, but we love good energy. So anytime you book a call, we want to celebrate you for that. Anytime somebody closes, we want to celebrate that. Something that's fun too, we'll shout out, hey, Jeremy just closed this person and it's Sarah's commission and way to go. You just made $150, whatever it is. So we like just, again, the excitement is cool.
Awesome.
Questions here. Sweet. It'll get less overwhelming the longer you're here, I promise. I expect you guys to be like, holy shit, these
Yeah.
I fully expect that response. So if that's you,
Yes, I'm excited.
you're in the right place. Product education. So I kind of want to come back to this because I think it's good to know who our ideal client is first. Sarah, do you know where that's at? Prospective client. Here we go. So who we help, I'm going to jump ahead. So Sarah, you probably don't have to do this on the next one. This is super important. We work pretty much with everyone in the fitness industry who want to start, scale, or grow online coaching businesses. So moving either from the in-person space to online or getting started for the first time in the virtual space. This is going to be a really great doc for you guys to kind of figure out who it is that we want to start conversations with. So red flags. These are the people we probably don't want to create combos with. We don't work with multi-level marketing. So if somebody does like Beachbody, Herbalife, things like that, we don't do that because we're service-based, not a product-based sales, if that makes sense. Now, that doesn't mean that somebody who does Herbalife doesn't also coach independently, and that's completely fine. But if you do meet with somebody and their only goal is to grow the MLM that they're a part of, we will not be a good fit for them because it's product sales, not service sales.
Got it.
If somebody says like straight up, I'm broke, I have no money, I'm unemployed, there are, X, Y, and Z. This is not the same as I'm nervous, I'm unsure, how much does it cost? Those are different objections. But if you get somebody that says, I haven't had a job in 17 years and I have negative $6 in my bank account, this is an expensive program. We're not setting anybody up for failure. So we don't want to, waste their time or ours. If somebody's not an aspiring online fitness coach, personal trainer, health coach, mindset coach, if they are a relationship coach, or Sarah, what else do we see in the DM sometimes? If they're a
sex coach.
that's actually a common one. You'd be surprised.
Yeah.
What else? Like anybody that's not that can't include fitness and nutrition into their coaching style. If they don't have that, that's probably not going to be our niche yet. We will eventually be opening up to all coaches, but currently health and fitness is our repertoire. If somebody else has another business coach, I'll come back to the English one in a second, but if somebody has another business coach currently, they are likely off limits. We do not poach. We do not want to steal them. But if somebody says, I have another business coach and I fucking hate them, cool, perfect. We will still have this conversation, but we're not going to be out here trying to poach other people's clients. It's very unlikely that somebody double invests into a business coach. So we just want to kind of proceed with caution in those. Someone obviously disinterested who has no intention of being a coach and does not want to speak to us. We're not going to just keep pushing them. And then international clients, we definitely have to ask more questions. So we currently, again, this will change eventually, only have English speaking coaches. We only have an English translated course. That will again change in the future, but we want to make sure that the people we bring on the calls speak English. It doesn't have to be their first language, but they can read and understand English. Otherwise, can't coach them. International countries, we'll want to just dive a little bit deeper into US dollar conversions. Right now, really, really good. Obviously, US, Canada, UK is great conversion. A lot of European countries are decent conversions. There are a few countries where it's just absolutely not going to make sense. South Africa is one of those. Certain places in India, a lot of India actually is not great conversion. So you just want to like double check before you book somebody who could be located in those countries, if that conversion could be a problem. We've had people who are like in the military, whose spouses are living in South Africa, but they have a US based job, right? They're still getting paid US dollars. So that's not a challenge. We just want to double check some of those. Cool. Here are some examples. I'll have you guys look at that later, but somebody who's kind of like 50-50, their profile doesn't scream health coach, but they want to be one. That's fine. Someone who's scared about the money, that's okay too. People are nervous. We just want to make sure we encourage them and be realistic about what to expect. People who are unsure if they want to be a health coach, but they're interested in learning more, out of the country, but they speak good English. They're part of an MLM, but they want to coach independently. And then where the US dollar conversion probably makes sense, but we're not sure, that's okay. Book them anyways. We'll figure it out. There's examples there. And then our best coaches. I'm an online fitness coach. Cool. Sweet. Push them through. Coaches or people who have fitness pages that scream, fitness coach, or, no money challenges, not an MLM. The conversation flows really well. They've got good dialogue going. Realistically, just somebody that screams health and fitness is probably a good candidate for, a green rating from us. Cool. Questions on that? Sweet.
Seems pretty straightforward.
Yeah.
Some people who are green, like they may have full fitness and a bunch of stuff in their profile, but they've never thought about being a fitness coach. So we have to make sure that we're asking all the questions, because they look green to us. They look like they're a fitness coach and they're like, no, I love the feel of working out. So
yeah, we all know those guys that like work at T-Mobile, but like look like brick houses and bodybuild on the side. They don't have any interest. They just look that way. So let's dive into the actual presentation. I'll keep this super, super high level, very simple, but this is our sales presentation. So this is what the closers will show. Good points for you guys to know. We are NASM, ACE, and ISSA accredited, which means that we have, we can get CEUs for people who have NASM, ACE, and ISSA certifications that need to get CEUs for their CPT renewals, which is great. We have an A+ rating with the Better Business Bureau. We worked very hard to get there. We'd like to keep that. So we are a very transparent, truth first company. People know exactly what they're getting themselves into before they sign up with us 100% of the time. So if you guys do ever see that somebody's NASM, ACE, or ISSA accredited in the DMs, probably great to like toss this to them and say, hey, we can get you CEUs. That's so great. That's a big selling point. Do you guys know like CEUs or NASM, ACE, ISSA?
Not really, no.
Okay. So when you have, if you're an in-person coach and you have like a certification, so I'm NASM, I'm a NASM CPT, which means I'm a certified personal trainer through NASM. Every 2 years, a certified coach needs to pursue other education in order to keep that certification active. So, and they're usually expensive. So there's a lot of courses that you have to continuously go through in order to keep your certification active. So if we can provide CEUs to people, that saves them money later because they don't have to worry about going through other courses. So
got it. Okay.
Yeah. We have 2 different programs. We have a master coaching program. We have an accelerator program. So accelerator is where the majority of our students come into. These are for the students who are making somewhere between $0 to $10,000 a month in their online coaching business. This is most of our clientele. However, we also have a master coaching program. So for somebody who comes in who's already doing over $10,000 a month in their coaching business, this would be the platform that they go to. The master coaching program focuses on scaling their business, hiring, delegation, leadership, where accelerator is going to focus on growing the business. We need systems, we need marketing, we need sales. So you guys will learn this as you go, I promise. It will get easier. Not going to go through that. As far as support goes, we offer a lot of support. This is one thing that is very incomparable to other industries. Our students do get a one-on-one business coach as well as a one-on-one sales coach. They have the option to meet with their coaches either weekly or bi-weekly. I can see this is not the current presentation. This is the current presentation. So we did just update this. So they can meet with their coach weekly or bi-weekly. They have private sales coaching bi-weekly as well. We have a roster only calls. So they'll meet with their coach and the other students that their coach coaches every other week. We have group calls Monday through Friday that students can attend. They can attend to all of them, none of them. It's totally up to them. Chad does a bi-weekly call every Monday as well, in addition to those 5 calls per week. They have 24-hour-a-day, Monday through Friday tech support with their coach. And we also focus a lot on mental health. This is a huge, component to our program, is the fact that being a business owner is super fucking awesome. And it's also going to stress you out a ton. So we want to make sure we, pay attention to breath work, mindset, journaling, meditation, things like that. So the support is massive. It's a huge reason why our pricing is the way that it is, because we want to make sure our students are successful. They also get a private Facebook group. Things that are included here, you guys do not need to memorize all this by any means. I'm just letting you know about our product. So they have the entire course curriculum when they join. They have done for you programming. So a lot of the training programs that the coaches want to use are already built out for them. We do help with ads and content creation if they need it. And then they also get a nutrition and training certification, which is great. So if somebody comes to you and they're like, I'm brand new, I really love fitness, but I don't know where to start, we offer a free nutrition and training certification as part of our curriculum. So people can get certified and start their business at the same time, which is cool. Questions here?
Nope.
Sweet. We'll keep it here for now. I think just again, super high level, just so you guys know about the program. Do not need to go through our sales call script. You guys do not need to see the closing script. However, one more thing, pricing, I'm sure maybe you've seen, maybe not. Our pricing for weekly coaching on a payment plan is $10,084.97 if somebody pays in full. For biweekly coaching, it's a little bit less at $7,997 or $6,800 paid in full. Right now, surprisingly, we just rolled out weekly coaching. It used to just be biweekly. So now that we have the option, it's about 50-50. The price point is higher, and this is the highest that we've sold at, and people are going for it. I would say at 50% clip, which is great. We work with a lot of financing options. So as long as someone has a job and is willing to get resourceful, we can probably figure it out. So we work with 3 different financing companies, 2 different financing companies, and offer in-house financing as well. So we can take payments, up to 5 years. We've got a lot of, different things we can do to help somebody get resourceful here. So we do try to work with everyone as best as we can. Master Coach is a little bit more expensive, obviously. Master Coach, you have to be making at least $10,000 a month collected revenue minimum before you join this program. 12 months of Master Coach is here. 6 months of Master Coach is here. So it's a bigger price point, but we get virtually no financial objections when it comes to Master Coach because they're making good money. A lot of this is very time sensitive. People who are joining Master Coach are working their butts off. They're doing everything in their business. They're probably very tired. So the focal point here is to delegate and get them out of that. Questions here?
So will they, and again, while we're talking to them, will they tell us, but kind of what they're making, so that way we know which one to put them under?
Yeah, anytime somebody says I'm just getting started, they're $0, right? They're gonna be that. But if somebody says I've been doing online coaching for 5 years and I'm killing it, great. What are your goals? Well, I'm at $10,000 a month. I'd like to make 50. Okay, cool, Master Coach. So a lot of our questions we'll find the answers to. But yes, if somebody says I have an online coaching business right now, we will ask them, cool, what are you making? What do you want to make? Where are we at? And then you guys can send resources appropriately, because we do have mini courses and VSLs for our beginner students and for our master coaching students. You can set them up for success. Yep. Sweet. Perfect. Easy peasy. All right, payroll. So payroll's a good time. Sarah, I think last time we had you go through payroll on call 2.
I kind of briefed over it, but I will go over payroll when it's either close to the 1st or close to the 15th. So that way it's fresh and we can put together an actual invoice so you can pick it up.
So if you guys have questions, we do, payroll is the 1st and the 15th. So we get paid the 1st and the 15th. What I would just let you guys, or what I will let you guys know, is we invoice on the 1st and the 15th. You'll get paid out about 2 to 3 days after that. So really expect to be paid the 4th and the 18th. Just Gusto can kind of be a little slow sometimes, depending on your bank. So how this works, Sarah will go through actually how to invoice, but essentially, Sarah, I'll actually just have you train on payroll on your guys' next training. That way it can just be all done in one bit. But essentially what you'll do is invoice on the 1st and the 15th for all the hours you've worked and all the closes that you have. The DM or the operations team will have a section in payroll. Who can I click on? I'll just click on one of you guys since there's nothing here. So how this will work is all of your hourly will be listed here. And then any sales that you guys have had, the name or the commission amount will be listed here. And then you'll have kind of like your total that you're expected to be paid out. What you guys have to do is just come to your payroll tab, look to make sure it's all correct. And then you'll submit that you have the same invoice. So you guys will track your payroll. We'll teach you how to do that. And then you'll just submit that here. It's super simple. Does this match what you have written down? Great, upload it, easy. And that's all you guys have to do. But we'll go through actually how to do the invoice. I'll have Sarah, you go through that with them on another training. But it's super, super simple. Payroll is due by 11 a.m. CST on the 1st and the 15th. So just by 11 a.m. on that day, we want you to have reviewed that everything looks correct on your end and upload your invoice. What time zone are y'all in?
Central.
I'm in East.
Nice. Okay. Where are you from? Both of you?
I'm from Ohio.
Ohio?
Yeah.
I'm from St. Louis, but I moved to Austin last year.
Oh, nice. I'm in Austin too. Oh, very cool. Sweet.
Okay.
I'm from Michigan though, so
Oh,
Midwest girls.
yeah.
We love that.
Yes. Are you Ohio State fan?
yeah, I guess.
Well, this was fun while it lasted.
You're right.
I don't
I
care
gotta
that
go
much.
now.
I don't care that much. We're good.
Yeah.
Sweet. Okay, so I'll have Sarah go through this like specifically, but as we jump in, have either of you used any of these apps? Calendly, Monday, WhatsApp, social media? I'm sure you have.
Oh.
but-
Yes.
Cool. Okay.
All of them, yes.
You've used all of them? Great. Okay, sweet. So that'll be easy. They're very simple. You guys are not, it's not going to be hard to learn those, but Calendly is our booking software. So every time you book an appointment, you'll click on the closer's booking link and then pick the date, the time that you want to book them for. Monday is this is the app or website, I should say, software that we use to track all of our bookings. So I'm sure you guys have seen the booking tracker. It probably looks a little crazy right now, but
Yeah.
it'll be simple, I promise. Something happened to the booking tracker. But all of your calls are going to be logged here. You'll be able to see how many calls we have scheduled. You know, you'll assign yourselves the closer and then just fill in like the call date, time zone of the person. Again, as you start to learn to book calls, that will be done through there. So sweet, not too shabby. All right, expectations. We have meetings Monday, Wednesday, Friday from 11 to noon CST. They'll be 12 to 1 EST. We do want you to attend those. Again, bring wins, excitement, energy, collaboration. So KPIs for your first 90 days. Ideally from day 0 to day 30, we can get you up to a 0.1 call booking per hour and a 0.05 call book to call close. Do y'all know what those numbers mean? Have you ever seen numbers like this before? Okay, cool. I got you covered. So essentially 0.1 call booking per hour means you book 0.1 calls for every hour that you work. So think of this as 1 call for every 10 hours you work. Now, feel free to go above and beyond. This is minimum, but 0.1 calls for every hour that you book or every hour that you work. And then 5% of your calls should close basically. Cool. Again, more is great, but minimum. Day 60, so between days 30 to day 60, we'd like to get you up to a 0.2 call booking per hour. So 1 call every 5 hours worked and 10% of your calls closing. By day 90, 1 call for every 4 hours that you work and 15% of your calls to close. And then by 90 plus, we'd like you to be at 1 call booked every 3.5 hours, and then 25% of your calls should convert to closes. Cool. Well, I'll keep you guys up to date, but essentially this will be the first one we want to focus on is a 0.1 call booking per hour, 0.05 call book to call closed. We will meet every 30 days to just kind of check in, see how we're doing. I will say what we really look for the first 30 days is just like attempt, like just try. Even if you have no calls booked, just the energy, the commitment to growing, asking questions, communication. We very, very much encourage communication, questions. Don't feel dumb if you're like, I asked this question 7 times, ask it 27 times for all I care. I want you guys to feel confident and comfortable in what you're doing. So exhaust all the questions. We want to see team player action in the first 30 days for sure.
We'll be shadowing somebody though, right? Like for at least a few weeks.
Yeah, you guys will be in shadows. You'll learn one account at a time. So don't feel like, okay, right now I'm going to learn Instagram and 5 minutes later I'm going to learn TikTok and this and that. You'll learn one account at a time to get you like completely ramped up. You'll be shadowing. Yep. We'll have you, even when you do start in the accounts, we'll still want you like to shadow some other people while you're learning. That's something that we do consistently for just the DM team in general for training is just pop in shadow. Yeah. Sweet. All right. So you guys will track your hours. One of you is full-time, part-time. So you guys will track your hours on your invoice sheet. You'll list all of your closes there as well. So anybody that's, the closures close that you booked, all of those will go there with your commission. And then again, deadline to submit invoices is 11 a.m. on the 1st and the 15th. Cool. Perfect. The schedule. So the first time we go through the schedule, Sarah will walk through this with you, but we do create the schedule every Sunday. Were you guys on this last Sunday? Yeah, yesterday. So you saw that, right? Okay. So we go into kind of like a hierarchy. Whoever booked the most calls, closed the most calls in total, will go first, second, third, fourth, fifth, sixth, seventh, so on. You can set yourself up in whatever accounts you want, as long as they're open. You can't have 2 people working the same account at the same time because that doesn't make sense. But you can work pretty much anytime that is available. I will set the expectation. This is not a 9 to 5. You are going to have to work, some afternoons until, 8 o'clock, 9 o'clock, maybe. There are going to be some times where we have to work Saturday and, that's great. But as far as flexibility goes, like let's say, Dorothy, on Friday, you have a dentist appointment in the morning. Don't book yourself in the morning. You don't have to. That's totally fine. We have the flexibility. If you guys have something going on, don't work. That's all right. Just let us know ahead of time that, hey, I'm not gonna be able to work on this day because I have this thing, or at this time because I have this thing. It's completely fine. The flexibility in the schedule comes with that. But we do have like certain expectations for the schedule. Realistically, we need coverage where we don't have it. That sounds simple, but obviously if Laura's gonna work 7 to 1, you probably don't need to work, 8 to 2, right? Because somebody's already there. We want there to be no overlap in the same accounts. So I'll just kind of looking at this schedule right now. We need somebody on Saturday. Yeah, we need somebody on Saturday to work from 12 until probably 6 or 7. In this account, Daylin is working 2 to 7 here, but she's still new as well. So we don't want her to have to run 2 accounts at the same time. If, she was more seasoned, or, maybe this was Alyssa who's been here for, for 2 years, I would say, okay, it's okay that she runs 2 accounts. But when you see gaps like that, those will be the spots where we really want you guys to put your hours if you can. But we will go through. Every account has its own structure. The Instagrams, NLCA, and Chads, we like to have about 14 hours of coverage per day, 7 days a week, or Monday through Friday, and then 10 hours on Saturday and Sunday. It's just busy. Those accounts are busy. There's a lot of engagement, so they need the most attention to maintain. Client Success is our 3rd Instagram. That one as well. 14 hours a day, yes, but we are still working up to that since it is a new Instagram. We just can't be on as often. Otherwise, we risk, the Instagram algorithm gods shutting us down, basically. So can't do that. VSL, you guys will learn eventually. This is one where people will watch our VSL, but I'll explain what that is. VSL is a video sales log. So there's an ad that goes out that explains what our programs are. So if people watch that video and want to opt in to get more information, they will. And then their name, phone number, email appears on a spreadsheet for us to contact because they've seen what we do and they're interested in hearing more. So VSL will be kind of a direct reach out sheet. We want about 5 hours a day of coverage there, 6 days a week. We don't have anybody on Sunday. That's okay. We've got, our coverage Monday through Saturday. But if we could get somebody on Sunday, great. You guys will kind of see the ideal schedule here. So Aubrey's on for 5 hours on Monday. We've got our 5 hours covered here. We've got more than 5 hours here. So you'll see kind of minimum ideals for each account, and you can put yourself in pretty much all of them, except right now WhatsApp. We just have Alyssa and Aubrey going through that account currently. Questions so far? Cool. Are you melting yet, brain internally? Good? More or less.
Not yet.
We're good.
We'll go into the schedule more as you guys actually start to get into the accounts, and Sarah will show you kind of where we need coverage. every single person, once you do learn the IGs, will have an Instagram shift each week, at least one full one. So we don't want these to be monopolized because obviously they're the busy accounts. They will not be monopolized. Once you get trained in the Instagrams, every single person will be guaranteed at least one full shift in the Instagram accounts, and then everyone else will fill in the rest of the schedule.
Okay.
And the schedule always starts either at 7 or 8 a.m. and then we need it to go to either 9 or 10 p.m. So that way across all time zones, we're at least getting into the nighttime and we're awake when they're awake, getting ready for school, that sort of thing.
Cool. Saturdays and Sundays, we might have a little bit more flexibility on that time because it's Saturday and Sunday, but ideally we want as much, evening coverage as possible for sure. Cool. Sweet. Alrighty. DM ambassador and community chat SOP. So we'll go through the community chat. Good. No, we won't. Perfect. I will pull it up. I have it. So essentially the community chat is just, again, it's like a Facebook group, but online or on, WhatsApp. If you guys have seen anything in there so far, a lot of it is really just sharing resources, sharing questions, wins. We just try to bring a lot of good energy so people can get to know who NLCA is and really get to know our team. It's been fantastic for nurturing booked leads. So anybody that books a call, we want them in that community chat because more often than not, if they spend time in the community chat and engage and ask questions, it's like a 35% higher chance that they close. So we want to get everybody in that chat because it is such a good, environment. But we do pay for advertising for the community chat. So you'll get people that join that chat who know nothing about NLCA. They've only kind of maybe seen an ad or a VSL or something and joined for more information. But it is a great community, again, to nurture leads, share wins, teach, provide resources. So really the goal of that is to, one, build trust with people that already have calls booked, and then book calls from people who are finding us from the depths of the internet. Cool. Sweet. Again, these are just kind of ideas for things you can post, but if you want to kind of share advice or just kind of prompts in general of getting people's conversations going, if we notice that it gets a little quiet in there, we like to have somebody pop in and just how's everyone's Monday going? Are we caffeinated? How are we doing on moving our business forward? We don't like it to be slow for long. So a lot of resources go in there. If you guys do have people that ask questions or DM you asking questions, just let us know. We can kind of walk you through that as well. That might happen sometimes, but this is a great resource to just kind of go through what it is that we do. Cool. Sweet. Okay. And I am going to, I'm going to stop here. So essentially what happens next, like I said, I'm going to email both of you and just kind of give you an overview of what we talked about today. I'm going to include the links to the docs that we looked over, and then I'm going to set you guys up with some homework. So I know you guys saw the homework board. You guys were like, what the fuck is a homework board? So I got you guys covered there, and I hope that I don't offend you guys with my cussing. We're working on it.
Oh,
They're
not at
always
all.
just laughing as soon as I start. She's like, Jesus Christ, rub it in. So homework board you guys should both have access to. If you don't, let me actually double check right now. Yes, cool. All right, y'all are on here. So Sarah, we will have to add 2 more columns so that Kendra and Dorothy can have their own, but this is our homework board, and this is what all new staff have to go through for their first 90 days. Now, I would say you probably get most of this done in 2 weeks. So it's not that much stuff. A lot of this is just docs to review. For example, like the sales presentation. I showed you that today. This is just a review. So open it up, kind of go through, look at everything, and then you'll mark that you did it. Reviewing the mission, vision, and company tenants. You'll just hit done once you've done it. Super, super simple. Everything you need will be in these attachments here. I'm going to send you guys an onboarding survey just to say, hey, how are you feeling? How did it go so far? Are you guys feeling like this place is crazy? We feeling pretty good. But essentially everything you need to review will be here. Most of this you'll get done in a couple weeks. It's just reviewing this document and saying that you did it. Now, there are 3 projects. Would you call them projects, Sarah? Assignments? Projects? 3 projects everybody does. that involve our company tenets. So truth first, act first, and mission first. You have 90 days to do this. So don't think this is, any rush to get this done. Your act first activity. Each of you will kind of go through, as you get to know our team, you have fresh eyes. You're somebody with new ideas, a new brain, new vision into our company. So if you see an area, a process, a script, something that you're like, this could be improved, or we could maybe do this differently, tell us what you think we could improve on, how you would improve it, and then why you think improving it would improve the company. And it could be a board, it could be an SOP, it could be a process, it could be anything that you guys think that like, hey, maybe we could try this and this would be better. This doesn't have to be like an entire proposal either. Don't, not like a 7-page book report or anything. Super simple. Mission first activity. So mission first is essentially about making decisions and actions that are for the greater good of the company. So we want you to collaborate with a team member within a different department that you think could help the mission. And what we want you to do is just maybe share a resource, share an idea, share a skill that you have with someone else on the team, even if it doesn't like immediately benefit you. So let's say you have experience in marketing. Maybe you get with Sabrina because she's in charge of marketing and say, hey, I have this really cool idea for a reel or for, an Instagram post or something that we could do that might, get us more clients. You could meet with the closing team and say, hey, I have this really cool idea for this objection that I know you guys have been seeing, or anything at all. Could share a resource, could share anything. So this doesn't have to be, again, anything massive, but it does have to be somebody outside of the DM department. It can't be a DMer. Can't be a DMer. That's the plot twist. All right, truth first activity. This one I think is going to be the hardest one. So what you're going to do, you're going to get to know the team. You're going to get to know the staff, and you are going to compile a list of something that you admire about each person on the team. Something that you are like, wow, this person works really hard. I really admire that. This closer is crushing it. And then we're going to provide a piece of feedback to somebody. Constructive, right? We're not going to be like, hey, I hate this person, they suck at their job. One piece of constructive feedback for somebody could be about anything, could be about, anyone. The feedback should be constructive and professional. You are not to make it personal or disrespectful. Make sure that if you have questions, consult with me or Sarah about it. But essentially, we want to just kind of compile a list of everybody on the team and one thing that you admire about them. And then one piece of feedback for one person. I know this says like the whole team, but we're not doing all that. That's crazy. One piece of feedback for someone on the team. Cool. And then you guys will have access to this. Sarah, I know you just said you're going to add them to the homework board, which is great. So you guys will have your own sections. Shane and Dalen are still onboarding, so that's why they're here.
Down there. Just keep scrolling around there the other way.
That's it. I just probably need to refresh the board. There we go. Yep. So you guys have your columns. So as you go in, you've reviewed the chain of command. Cool. It's done. I looked at the mission statement. Done. I joined the Facebook groups. Done. So as soon as you guys have done all that, done. A lot of this you're going to do on your trainings though too. So if there's something here, like I have no idea what that is, you probably haven't been trained on it yet. Don't worry. We'll get to it. But most of this stuff we're going to do on your trainings with myself and Sarah. You'll just have to kind of come in here and then mark that it was done. If there's anything to review, you guys just come in and mark that it was done.
Perfect.
Do you guys have questions on this? Cool beans.
Well, are
Yeah.
those 3 activities due just like whenever we get them done within the first 90 days? Okay.
Yeah, whenever
It
you
doesn't matter the order or anything like that. Okay.
Nope. No rush. You guys can definitely like have time, figure out, what questions you have, what ideas you have. Yeah, take your time for sure. Beautiful. Other things that we'll have you do for quote unquote homework. We'll have you go over the resource doc. This is just going to be like free resources and tips for the DM department. We'll make sure that you have role plays scheduled, which Sarah will get with you guys and schedule your trainings for that. Testimonials. I'll have the link to all of our client testimonials. Would love for you guys to watch a couple. They're like 1 to 5 minutes long. So just pick a couple to watch just so you can kind of get a feel for what we do. Prospective client education and it's probably further down, ideal client doc, just to make sure you know who it is that we're speaking to. And then I'll send over the mindset coaching call. If you guys can watch that, that gives you an idea of what one of our group calls look like. And then we'll go over end of day reporting on the next one. So Sarah, we got through the first training, and then I'm also going to add some of this stuff to their homework, but I'll have you go through like actual end of day reports, social media tracker on like your first training. So cool. Questions for me?
No.
Hey, perfect. We did it. And I did it in 45 minutes. This is a record. Like we're off on like 88 tangents. So we're doing great. Super, super stoked to meet you guys. I'm super excited to have you on the team. I'll be a little bit more hands-off in your actual training when it comes to learning the like social media accounts. But if you guys have questions, let me know. I'm always here. I'm always, popping in, watching the chat. So if you need anything at all, don't hesitate to ask. Give me a little bit of time. I'm going to convert this into a YouTube video so it's easy to send out. And then you guys will each get a copy of this recording and then all of the, the outline from today's training.
Perfect.
Awesome.
Oh, cool.
Sounds
If you have
good.
questions, please message me. It can get a little crazy out here, but buckle in. It'll be fine. Sarah, anything you want to add?
I'm going to be sending you guys a document. It's going to have some stuff on it. As I'm going to send it to you though in the WhatsApp. I'm also going to be sending you some videos and your emoji. Don't worry, you can look at it. Don't think you need to understand it. We will go over all of it, but I want to be able to get it into your hands.
Okay.
Perfect.
Beautiful. Awesome. Sweet. Kendra, where in Austin do you live? Like where are you at? Are you closer to downtown or are you outskirts?
So I was in on the east side at Laurel Apartments for 6 months last year. I lived with my best friend and her fiance, and then they got married, and I was like, it's my time to move out. So I moved into a house with 2 of my friends in West Oak Hill, so about 20 minutes from downtown.
Cool. Cool.
Yeah. What about you?
I'm like technically east side downtown, so I don't know if you know where
Okay.
Avenue is, off like I-35.
Oh yeah, one of my friends lives at Avenue. Is that where you live?
Yeah. Cool.
No way. I'm
Where's
there
that
all
Avenue?
the time. He's his name's Eric Babbitt. He's on the 14th floor. He's a redhead.
I live
Yeah.
on the 14th floor. I'm not even kidding you.
Stop. It's 1424. What's
1440.
well, oh my gosh, that's so weird. I've
That's
probably
crazy.
seen you in the hallway or something.
Maybe. Do you have a dog?
I have a dog. He does
Oh.
not, but I bring my dog all the time. Yeah, that's so
That's
funny.
awesome.
I'm sure I'll see you soon in
Yep.
the flesh.
Perfect. Awesome. All right, y'all. I'll let you guys go a little bit early. I will see y'all later. And then, be on the lookout for an email from me.
Sounds
All right,
good.
thank
Thank you.
Have a good one, guys.
Bye.
Hi, girls.